Hey guys, Night Stalker here with my final YouTube name change and the debut of my new microphone. I went out and I bought me a microphone today, but that is not the important part. This is a video I am doing for my pro esports organization, Cryptic Core. It's basically a progression of how far I've come in my game of choice, which is obviously Shadowverse. As you can see, I changed my name to the OG Night Stalker with my Cryptic Core in front. And I have my new profile picture that shows that I am a Cryptic Core Syndicate, which I am very proud of because this is the biggest thing I have ever had the chance to be a part of, and it makes me feel really nice knowing that I'm able to do something that I really like with a bunch of really cool and deserving people, such as our leader, Hobby, and a bunch of the other members in the organization. So I just wanted to give a quick thanks to all of them for giving me this opportunity, and let's get into it. We're going to be looking at my Shadowverse progression and how much I've grown throughout this game. I've been playing this game for 2 whole years now, starting here at my first rank up game, where when I go straight into it, you will see that I instantly started with talking about a new upload and talking about a new game that I started to play called Shadowverse. It was something I really wanted to do. I didn't just want to make Pokemon videos anymore. Also, I know the quality of this video is really bad. Please bear with me. It gets better over time, as you can see now from my newest videos. So the first thing we're going to look at is my playstyle and just generally how I did things back then compared to how I do it now. I'm also sorry if the audio for my mic keeps cutting out. It is a new microphone, I'm still learning how to use it. Other than that, I think everything should be good though, and we're ready to start rolling here. So I know from the start I would use small followers, as everyone does now in Shadowverse, but one of the problems I had back then that I could tell you right off the bat was the fact of me not caring about what they had on the board. You could see right here, I decided to instantly attack their leader instead of dealing with the followers they had on the board. So you could see, wasted no time just going for face damage, and I know later on in this video, as you can see, their board gets a bit cluttered. And as you know now, I would never let the board get that full because that is a dangerous situation, and the moment you let that happen, you lose. So you could see I was running a Bloodcraft. I didn't really know how it worked yet. I knew if my defense got below 10, it would activate Vengeance, and it would give me cool abilities for all my followers. I was a fool. As you can see right here, my health would get low and I would try to use Drain to bring it back up. And even after attacking with Drain, I wouldn't take any other followers out. I'm going to take that 4/4, and I'm going to attack face with it. I don't know how I won, but I think this was my rank up game for D1, I believe. I was a D1 back then. And we'll see it right here. You can tell that quality of that video is not good at all. Yeah, I was going up to D1 here. Good old days, level 29 Bloodcraft. Alright, so the next video I want to look at is neither of these two. Neither of these two, because I don't want to see D anymore. I'm going to go by rank. So right here I'm going to look at my C0 rank up, and then we'll go to B, and then we'll go to A, and then to AA. So you can see right here, throughout the course of this video, I do the same thing. I go to place my cheap followers, and I still haven't learned how to really deal with units on the board yet. So as you could tell when they start placing some units, I'm sorry I'm skipping through the video, I'm just trying to find the right parts for you guys. Unless it had ward, I had no reason to attack it. I didn't think to attack it, I didn't want to attack it. I would just throw out a Mask of the Black Death and hope nothing too bad happened to me. up ahead, I could tell this person didn't really have a very good hand, considering they weren't trying to attack me and they weren't trying to, rip my face off. But, that's good for me. I feel, yeah, I'm gonna evolve, gonna do as much damage as I possibly can because I want this win. I need this win. I think he might concede here. Or, I don't know what I did to him. Yeah, he just concedes. So, right there, right off the bat, I could tell he didn't have a good hand, but back then I also didn't really care to take out followers either. So right there I'm at C0. We'll get up here later. This is ranking up to AA2, but we're not going to look at that one. So right there I was able to get to C0. Let's go up to the next one. Alright, we're going to scroll up a bit more. C1, C2, C3, and there it is, B0 trials and my rank up. So right around here is where I really started to learn how to make decks. I wanted to talk about this too. Right here, this video, Tempo Forest Craft, is where I really learned to kind of buckle down and take care of followers. Kind of learning, keeping followers on the board isn't doing anything for me. It's only going to cause bad things to happen. So right there you could see I decided to take out their followers with those 2 units. And as the game would keep going on, their board space up here would be less cluttered. And mine was starting to get more full because I was actually learning how to take care of their units, rather than just letting them sit there and going for face damage. I think I was still around C rank when I finally decided to learn how to do all this. Floros, I remember that. Giving them health back that I didn't want them to have. I forget how this deck works, actually. I'm gonna have to go back and watch a couple of videos on it and see if I could remake it now. So, yeah, I was winning games more easily. Videos were becoming better, and the quality was becoming slightly ever so better. Second by second, inch by inch. So, alright, we're not gonna look at that much anymore. We're gonna go ahead and move up to the first video I did with really a good deck, the deck that got me to where I am now. I forgot I can't go full screen or else my computer will absolutely shit itself and the recording will stop. You can tell right here the quality for my video is a whole lot better. Everything's running a bit more smoothly. And I think at this point we were able to get 720p. So yeah, that was always something to look forward to. And Ilana, this was the Ilana deck that really got me to where I am. I know this deck carried me all the way from about B to A before I stopped using it to where we get to where we are. Ilana was a powerhouse back then. I remember I was still using Power Director at this point to edit my videos. I didn't know how to remove the watermark. So I know I got a double Ilana here. I know I obliterated this man. I destroyed this man and I was so proud of it. And that was because Kel and Ilana were just so strong together. But as you can see here, I was learning a lot more about meta decks. I was learning about what to do to deal with certain decks, and what strategies to use with certain decks, and how to just overall counter it and make sure that I knew I was going to win. I wanted to guarantee myself a win. And see, you get that Kel up to that high of an attack. They don't stand a chance, they just leave. So the next we're going to look at is my B0 trials. Oh, this one was available in HD, wow. Alright, cool. I start getting into HD. Alright, so this was my trials game to get me into the trials. I was still using Ilana because Alana, like I was saying, was the deck that was carrying me through this whole thing. It was really the reason I am where I am now. It's what started my addiction for meta decks and wanting to just have the best deck overall. And there we go, that was my first trials, I believe. And then I remember the next games I said I got clapped my first game. I had to win 2 of the matches. So I know I go through the first game, I win using the overpowered Ilana deck, still learning how to take out followers and learning how to increase my strategies more, but I was still lacking a certain thing. I was so dependent on this one deck that it would actually mess me up a bit later in my career, because I would rely on this deck for everything. I didn't have any backup deck. I didn't have anything else I wanted to do but Havencraft. And that was a problem, because when Ilana left and Ilana was no longer playable, I didn't know what to do. I tried to find ways to integrate it into the new expansion. I tried to find ways to just work my way around the system and hopefully get my deck back that had carried me this far. And that was one thing I really regret. I should have been experimenting with more decks like I do now, so that way I'm not stuck and depending on one deck. But as you can see, I still got through. I got the achievement contender, and I was now a B0. Got out of the C rank, got out of the D rank, feeling good about myself, getting ready to start actually having, a challenge. Because now, here getting up into the higher ranks, I was able to start my road to A0 series. I was able to, really actually have fun with this now. Now that I knew what I was doing, I was able to have fun. I was able to use, I know I used my voice in this video, but I'm not going to play it, just because this is me talking about my gameplay and not how I did videos. You can see I was still using Havencraft here. Like I said, it carried me through a lot of games. So around this time, people started learning how to deal with Ilana, getting rid of the amulet, getting rid of her Purest Prayer, so you couldn't really buff your attack anymore. So this is where I had to start learning more about a thing I will talk a lot about, which is strategy. You need to have strategy in this game if you're going to win, because if you don't, you're not going to make it anywhere. So, alright, obviously I won that first game. I don't remember where I won it, but I jumped into my second. And you could see, being overpowered again, I was able to take out this Bloodcraft and move on to A0. So now we're kind of getting to where I am now. So after this was when Ilana really fell off the face. Ilana was no longer powerful. And that's when I learned how to decide to use different decks. You can see right here, I ditched it. I went to Path to Purgatory Shadowcraft. I went to DB Tempest Bloodcraft deck, Natura Dragoncraft, the Whale deck I'm using right now, which is another Dragoncraft. So you can see right here when we watch this, you'll see my gameplay as it is now. You'll see that I was using Shadowcraft. This was a Burial Rite Shadowcraft I was using because I wanted to experiment with it a bit. But you'll see as we go through this video, the videos get longer because obviously it's more competitive play, and the challenges were tougher. I had to do a lot more, I had to strategize a lot more. This wasn't where I could just throw units down and be like, oh, okay, that's good, I don't need to worry about them, because I did have to worry about them. The moment they threw anything down on the board, I knew that things like this right here, where they have 3 units on the board, that had to be taken care of instantly, or else it wasn't going to end well for me. So you can see right here, I think I'm going to actually take it out, or I'm going to win the match. I don't remember what really happens here. And see, they're just placing units down. This is what I mean by a lot more challenge. It's a lot more challenging. and it takes a lot more strategy to actually think of what you want to do. I think I take out the ward here, or I might take out the artifact duplicator. Yeah, I'm gonna take out the ward. So you could see I think a lot more about what I'm doing now rather than just acting and doing it. Well, this was when Fleeting Joy was a thing. I loved Fleeting Joy. It was so overpowered. And it was just so fun to use. Because it just made your deck look like this. And that was great. So this was my this was me getting into AA0, which recently happened. I still remember kind of using the deck for this. This was a couple months ago. This was when I really started getting into the game. This was the DB Tempest Bloodcraft deck that everybody was using because of how overpowered it was. And I loved using this deck. I really did. Now it's just damage everywhere if you had the Ravening Corruption evolved. I don't know why my voice whistled like that. That was weird. But as you can see, I go through this whole game. I win using the alpha drive that is no longer usable in rotation. I miss it so much because it was just so beautiful. Just look at it. Absolutely beautiful. And you gotta love it when you have just enough damage to win a game, and especially to get into the rank we are in now. So it's funny to think about now because now we're on the road to Master. I'm about to reach Master rank, and my videos hopefully keep getting better every day. Like today I have new audio, and I'm able to talk to you guys a lot clearly and make longer videos than I used to, because you could see the videos when I started out 2 years ago, they would last anywhere from like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes. Now you come up here and you could see like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 21 minutes, and just longer videos in general. And I try not to do ones like this all the time where it's just one game and it's like, alright, let me just drop that. Because even then you could see in these videos that I am trying. I'm communicating with you guys and I'm trying to tell you what I'm doing, just so you guys can understand me a bit more. But I guess that's the main point of a progression, to see how much you've grown as a person and a player. So you could see I went from starting out with literally nothing, a deck I just made up of random cards, not attacking any followers on the board and just attacking their leader, to where I am now with knowing how to take out units on the board, knowing how to deal with things more properly, and overall becoming the great player I am now, or the great player in my eyes. I'm very confident in myself. So you could just see I learned how to deal with things a lot better. I learned how to come up with better strategies, and overall I learned how to improve my play for the better, to better myself at this game, and to better myself just in overall. So yeah, I know the end of this video ends weirdly because the person just disconnects, so that's always fun. So you can see this is where we are right now. This is where we left off. We left off at ranking up to AA3, and as I say in the description, this is the start on the road to Master. But anyway, I think this is a good spot to end off at. Go back to my channel here. This is what we've created. We are about 53, 54 Shadowverse videos in. I've joined Cryptic Core, and you guys have been here with me throughout the entire way. We're at 396 subscribers, and I cannot be happier about these last 2 years. Like I said, I'm thankful to everyone at Cryptic Core for welcoming me with open arms, and I'm thanking you guys for watching my videos and sticking with me, no matter how annoying I may be. So I'm going to continue to play Shadowverse, I'm going to continue to grow, and I'm going to continue to better myself as a player and a content creator for Cryptic Core and for you guys. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.